I first want to start off by thanking everyone for the outpouring of support, love, prayers, and all the memories shared. It has truly not gone unnoticed. It brings tears to my eyes to see how much everyone loved and cherished my husband and brother-in-law as much as their families do. This last week has felt like I've been trapped in a nightmare I can't wake up from. I feel numb, angry, sad, blessed, all at once. Some days the thought of this new reality is debilitating, but mostly I just miss Matt. Most people know Maddie as a hockey player, a hockey coach, a friend, a mentor, and while he was all of those things, he was so much more. I met Maddie in Omaha, Nebraska while we were both playing in high school. While he was playing in high school, he was playing for the Lancers. My best friend actually introduced us to each other, and he couldn't have weighed more than 90 pounds and had a Joe Dirt haircut. It was his personality that made me instantly attached to him. His free spirit, his laugh, his wittiness, his love for country music, friends, and family was irresistible. We instantly became best friends, and I knew I was going to spend the rest of my life with him. I remember one day he stopped into my work one night after his practice, and he was telling me how him and a few guys from his team went tanning because they were doing a free week of tanning, and he showed me where his tan lines were. He thought you kept your socks short and shirt on while tanning. I never did tell him he was wrong. We did long distance for 4 years while he was attending Boston College. Maddie was so excited to play alongside his brother, something he never took for granted. The bond that Matt and John shared is something that, unless you knew them personally, even the most perfect words, pictures, or videos cannot adequately describe it. They were attached at the hip. They slept in the same room up until college, and neither of them ever wanted that to change. I remember in our early years of dating, our friend group would go to country concerts. When we got back to the house we were staying at, Maddie and I would go to bed, and we would always wake up with John right in the middle somehow. John took care of Maddie, and Maddie would take care of John. To know both of them was to truly love them. It was impossible not to fall in love with them. Meredith said it best: you do not hear one name without the other. They were so extremely proud of each other, and it brings me comfort knowing they are still together forever, as they always were. Matthew loved his sisters Katie and Kristen, and his parents Jane and Guy. Maddie was a family man through and through. You honestly can't pick more of a close-knit family than the Gaudreaus, and I'm so honored to be a part of it. Maddie was an adored uncle. His nieces Cam, Logan, Noah, and nephew Johnny were loved by him like they were his own. I can't even tell you how many times he got peed on, pooped on, thrown up on, but you never once heard him complain. The kids were his life, and I promise I will be there for them for the rest of their life and make sure they know their Uncle Maddie, who their Uncle Maddie is and how much he loved them. I was blessed to see more of a personal and private side of Matthew no one else got to see. Him as a husband. Matthew is and will always be the best part of me. He loved me so deeply and would always show it, and I pray to God he knew how much I loved him. I truly can't believe how lucky I was to be loved by him. He was hardworking, patient, kind, gentle, attentive, funny. He was my safe place, my quiet, my home, my best friend. I will miss our late night Taco Bell runs, our slow mornings on the weekends, our snuggles in bed while we were watching whatever it was we were watching at the time. Even picking up your messes, doing your laundry, watching you mow, all of the little things. The 14 years we spent together will never be enough, but I will cherish those and carry them close to me, especially on the extremely hard days, for the rest of my life. You changed me and my life for the better the moment you entered it. I was also blessed to see the dad side of Matthew. For those of you who don't know, we have a golden doodle named Stella, who is our first baby. Maddie and Stella were attached to each other. Stella would always want her dad. They enjoyed the outdoors together, playing ball and laying in the grass. Maddie would always get upset when people told Stella she was adopted. He would always whisper in her ear, "Don't worry, honey. No, you aren't. You came from Mommy and Daddy." For anyone that knows Maddie knows he was born to be a dad. The moment we found out about our son Trip, it consumed his every day. He was downloading apps, ordering books, finding the best diaper brand, making sure I had the best vitamins, and asking for tips from John. I will never forget the tears he had in his eyes when we first heard Trip's heartbeat. He never missed an appointment. I am so grateful I forced him to start the nursery. Matthew worked so hard on that room, and I can feel him in there every time I go in it. Matthew was so excited to welcome Trip into this world, and although the plan now looks a little different, I know Matt will surround his son for the rest of his life. I'm so thankful God gave us a child, a little Maddie to run around for life to carry on his legacy. Trip will know how much his father loved him, and I promise to do all the things with him we talked about. I can't wait to see Johnny and Trip grow up together and have the same bond as their dads had. Meredith, we are in lots of trouble. To Meredith, I am so sorry that we will forever share this bond. The boys could not have picked stronger women as wives, mothers of their children. There is one person in this world that knows the exact feeling I am feeling, and that is you, and for that I am sorry. The loss of a husband, a father, our comfort. I promise that I will always be there for you and the kids, and we will honor the lives of our husbands together hand in hand alongside their family and friends. I urge everyone to never drink and drive. Call a ride. Please do not put another family through this torture. The loss of Maddie and John will leave a hole in the family with his close friends, the community for eternity. However, their legacy will live on through the lives of everyone they touched, their kids, their wives, their parents, their siblings. God really did draft the best two boys, line mates forever. I love you so much, Matthew Ryan.